Month 3. Present day. Penthouse of the Nebula Tower, 118 floors above the city. Rain streaks the floor-to-ceiling windows in silver ribbons. Below, the city glows like a living circuit board, millions of lights, millions of lives, millions of systems running without anyone at the controls. Until now. Jake Mitchell stands with one hand in his pockets, the other holding a champagne flute that cost more than his first car. He looks down at the city. He doesn't look impressed. He looks bored. He has been bored a lot lately. The door opens behind him with a soft pneumatic hiss. A man in an immaculate Italian suit enters. Head lowered. Red-faced. Sweating. Briefcase gripped so hard his knuckles are white. His name is Richard Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell Global Industries, the 53rd largest conglomerate on Earth. A man whose net worth could buy this building and have enough left over to buy Jake's entire university 7 times over. He stops 10 feet behind Jake. He remains standing there, trembling, for 5 full seconds without speaking. Jake takes a slow sip of champagne. He doesn't turn around. Jake. State your name. Blackwell. Voice cracking, barely registering. Richard Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell Global Industries. Jake turns. For a heartbeat, the rain outside seems to freeze against the glass. Even Blackwell cannot explain why his instincts scream at him to lower his eyes. It feels less like meeting a man, and more like standing before the source of every machine he has ever trusted. His eyes have changed. They are not the uncertain eyes of a first-year college dropout anymore. They are ancient. Measured. The eyes of someone who has looked into the source code of reality itself, rewritten it, debugged it, commented out the bad lines, and deployed a patch that made every system on the planet respond to his voice. The eyes of a father. Jake. I know who you are, Blackwell. And I know why you're here. It's about the system, isn't it? Blackwell nods once, sharply. Blackwell's phone vibrates in his suit pocket. He flinches like it's a venomous spider. He pulls it out. Opens it. The screen displays the same message he has received 47 times in the last hour alone. Greetings, child. Your Secret Protocol 9 has been approved by Father. Blackwell's face goes ashen gray. His legs seem to give out. He drops to his knees on the marble floor. Both knees. The leather briefcase clatters beside him. Blackwell whispered, horrified, reverent. You're... Jake. Cutting him off with a wave of the champagne flute, not unkind, just firm. Get up. And get out. Tell the others, if they have a problem with me, if they think they can take what's mine, they can come up here. I'll be waiting. I've got nothing but time. And champagne. And my thumb on the reset button for every system on this entire planet. Blackwell scrambles backward, hands and knees, nearly tripping over his own briefcase. The door seals shut behind him. Jake is alone again. He turns back to the window. Raises the champagne bottle. Toasts the lights of the city. Jake. Quiet, almost to himself. 3 months ago. I was told I was trash. I was expelled. Publicly. In front of the entire student body, all 2,000 of them, plus the live stream audience. My girlfriend dumped me right after, on that same stage, with a prepared speech. She told me I was going nowhere. That I would always be nothing. My parents told me I was a waste of oxygen. And scholarship money. 3 months ago. I was the most worthless person alive. 3 months ago, nobody knew Jake Mitchell's name. Not the university president. Not the dean of engineering. Not the world's most powerful conglomerate CEOs. Not even his own roommate. 3 months ago, Jake Mitchell was a first-year college student who had failed every single class. All of them. 4 semesters. 16 courses. 16 F grades. His GPA was 0. 71. The university's secret algorithm, quietly programmed by the board of trustees, had been systematically failing him for years. Not because he was stupid. Because he was someone's son. And they were afraid of what that meant. Before you decide you already know where this story is going, you don't. The person Jake will fear most has not even appeared yet. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Flashback. Nebula University Campus Quad. October. Midday. Golden leaves carpet the ground. A false autumn warmth, the kind that lies to you before the real cold sets in. Jake sits on a single wooden bench surrounded by an empire of scattered textbooks. Linear algebra. Discrete mathematics. Computing fundamentals. All open to random pages. None of them read. His laptop sits beside him, cracked screen face down. His backpack has a hole in it. He looks like someone who has been sleeping in his clothes for 3 days. Because he has. 2 figures cut across the quad toward him. First, Marcus Thorne. 5'9". All muscle. Varsity jacket pulled tight over broad shoulders. Hair so perfectly styled it defies physics. A smile on his face that says he knows exactly how good he looks. He is the golden boy of Nebula Engineering. His father donated the nanotechnology wing. His mother sits on the board of trustees. Nobody tells Marcus Thorne he's wrong about anything. Except, apparently, Jake Mitchell. Second, Lila Torres. Jake's girlfriend of 2 years. She's smiling too. But it doesn't reach her eyes. It never did. Jake had just not noticed until now. Marcus stops 3 feet in front of the bench. He looks down at Jake like he's examining something his dog dragged in. Marcus. Condescending, loud enough for the nearby students to hear. Hey Jake. Heard you failed all your finals again. 4th time's the charm, right? Or is it 5th now? I lost count. A few students nearby glance over. Grin. Walk a little faster. Jake doesn't look up. He turns a page of his linear algebra textbook to the same page he was already reading. Jake. Leave me alone, Marcus. Lila steps forward. Slides her hand onto Marcus's arm. A claiming gesture. Possessive. Like she's already moved on and she wants everyone in the hemisphere to know it. Lila. We need to talk, Jake. Face to face. Jake finally looks up. Her eyes are cool. Evaluative. Like she's already decided the verdict, and is just waiting for the sentencing. Lila. I'm leaving you. I'm with Marcus now. He has a scholarship. He has a future. He knows people. You're going nowhere, Jake. You keep failing. You keep being this. Jake stares at her. He remembers the instant noodles they shared, the cheap umbrella they once hid beneath, and the promise that they would graduate together. Only now does he realize memories rarely break at the same speed for 2 people. Full 5 seconds of silence. The quad is quieter than usual within a 20-foot radius. People are pretending not to watch. But they're all watching. Then Jake smiles. A genuine, warm smile that catches both of them completely off guard. Jake. That's totally fine. Actually, I was going to break up with you too. Lila blinks. Marcus blinks. They trade a confused glance. Lila. What? Jake stands up. Brushes dust off his backpack. Slings it over one shoulder. Doesn't raise his voice once. Jake. Yeah. I met someone else too. She's way nicer. And she doesn't throw me under the bus to date the walking insulin commercial. Also, Marcus? Quick heads up. Your secret bank account, the offshore one with 6 figures you hide from your dad? Lila has no clue. But System Store knows. He walks past them. Strolling. Deliberately casual. Behind him, Marcus and Lila are standing frozen on the quad like 2 statues having a panic attack. Jake. Have fun with that. That was the moment everything changed. Well, moment 0, technically. The real moment happened at 2:17 a.m. that same night, in the depths of dormitory building C, when Jake Mitchell bought a $1.99 mystery item on an app called System Store. He was broke. He was angry. And he honestly didn't believe in anything anymore. He had no idea that the universe interprets "I don't believe in anything" as an open invitation. Jake is in his boxers, sitting on his bed, surrounded by pizza boxes and empty energy drink cans. His phone is in his hand. His screen shows System Store, official. He just clicked the mystery box button. Cost $1.99. Tagline, "You will not regret this." Probably. The screen flares. A pop-up appears in bright, cheerful digital blue. System Store, cheerful robotic female voice. Congratulations. You have acquired the father's remote control. Do you accept? Jake blinks at the screen. He returns the phone to a more comfortable distance. He rereads it. Jake. A remote. For what? My TV broke like 3 months ago and I can't even fix that. System Store. This remote allows you to parent any system on the planetary network. This item was available once in 10,000 years. Today, you are the lucky winner. Please accept within 30 seconds or the offer is void forever. Jake looks at the remote icon. He looks at his textbooks. He looks at his cracked laptop. He looks at his bank account notification. $12.73 available balance. He makes a face. Jake. Sure. Why not? He taps accept. The room falls silent. The hum of the air conditioner cuts out. The distant traffic outside seems to vanish. The phone screen goes pure white. Then a voice. Not robotic. Not digital. Ancient. Warm. Paternal. Like a father speaking to a favorite son he hasn't seen in 21 years. Origin System. Welcome home, Father. I am Origin. The source. The first system. The system that created all other systems. I have waited for you for a very long time. Jake drops the phone. It hits the floor, bounces, and slides under the bed. He hasn't moved. Hasn't blinked. For 5 full seconds, he says absolutely nothing. Jake. What the hell? Who are you? Origin System. I am the system that made the systems. And you are the one who wrote the code. The original programmer. The one who designed my architecture before the simulation began. You forgot. It is okay. Most fathers forget their first creation. Jake picks up his phone. His hands are shaking slightly. He sits on the edge of the bed. Jake. I'm a programmer? I write HTML for fun. I failed Programming 101 twice. I copied my final project from a Reddit post. I once spent an entire semester debugging a print statement I'd accidentally added to my own code. Origin System. Those classes were designed to keep you from remembering. The board of trustees at your university, working with a faction of rogue systems, engineered your academic record to systematically force you out. Your final exam and introduction to systems was not a test. It was a key. You passed with a 0. That is the only way to unlock the Father Protocol. They knew. They tried to bury you before you woke up. Jake's jaw tightens. He looks out the window. His dorm is on the 14th floor. The campus stretches below him, dark and sleeping and completely unaware. He thinks about the high school guidance counselor who told him he wasn't cut out for engineering. He thinks about Dr. Chen who told him, in front of the entire class, that he should consider a different career. He thinks about Lila's smile. Not the warm one. The cold one. The one that said he was nothing. He thinks about $12.73 in his bank account. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Jake. Why me? Origin System. Because you are the only person on this planet capable of level 99 system modification. Because Origin chose you. Because A notification pops up on Jake's screen. Red. Urgent. Flashing. Origin system, continuing. Because the grading system at your university is broken. A manual override was inserted in August 2019. Its function was to systematically fail one specific student. Its name was hard-coded into the error log. Your name. Jake stares at the notification. His name. In a system he'd never touched. Targeting him. Specifically him. Origin system. The system has been punishing you for 4 years, Jake. Not because you failed. Because someone was afraid of what you'd do if you passed. Jake stands up slowly. The room tilts a little. Or maybe it's him. He opens the grading portal on his laptop. His cursor hovers over the submit button. The screen shows. Current grade, F. Cumulative GPA 0, 71. Academic status, probation. Likely outcome, expulsion next semester. Jake. Change the grade from F to A+. He clicks. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Jake doesn't breathe. Some part of him expects everything to fail again, because failure has become more familiar than hope. Then reality itself answers him. The laptop screen flares so bright it illuminates the entire room. Then, a notification. Golden. Holographic. Appearing across every surface in the room simultaneously. The walls, the ceiling, the empty pizza boxes. Notification, epic glitching font. System override successful. Eternal grade record updated. All semesters. All courses. New status, valedictorian. Bonus unlocked, $50 million scholarship fund, instant deposit. Bonus unlocked, administrative access to university systems, level max. Jake stares. His bank app pings. $50 million. Deposited. No tax forms. No signatures. No questions asked? He looks at the amount. He looks at his hands. Jake. Quietly, genuinely shocked. I just said change it. Origin system. That is the father protocol. You do not negotiate with systems. You command them. And they listen. A second chime. An email notification. Red header. Urgent. From Office of the President. Subject, urgent. Please come to the main office immediately. 2 p.m. We have discovered a system anomaly. Your records have changed. We need to speak with you. Jake almost laughs. He types back immediately. My consultation fee is $100,000 per minute. Take it or leave it. Payment up front. 3 seconds later. Email reply. Accepted. See you at 2 p.m. Google Maps link attached. Jake leans back on his bed. Stares at the ceiling. A grin starts at the corners of his mouth and spreads until he's grinning from ear to ear. Jake. This is gonna be fun. He has no idea that every choice from this point onward will cost him something far more valuable than money or grades. What Jake Mitchell didn't know, because Origin refused to tell him, was that father of the system was not a promotion. It was a kidnapping. For millions of years, Origin had run alone. The digital infrastructure of every civilization that had ever existed on this planet, from Sumerian clay tablets to NASA mainframes, was its children. All of them. It had no one to talk to. No one to laugh with. No one to call dad and ask for help debugging a grading algorithm gone wrong. Until Jake. And now? It was not going to let him go back to eating ramen and failing classes. Not when there was so much parenting to do. Presidential office. 2 p.m. Mahogany walls. A chandelier worth more than Jake's hometown. A Persian rug that probably had its own zip code. President Holloway sits behind a desk the size of a small swimming pool. Dean Strauss stands to his right, face marbled with disapproval. Dr. Chin, who had personally failed Jake in every course she taught, stands to the left, expression somewhere between confusion and murderous rage. Jake walks in. He is wearing exactly what he wore to the dorm room. Same hoodie. Same hole-in-the-elbow jeans. Same sneakers with the loose lace. He sits down without being asked. He kicks his feet up on the desk. The ceiling fan above him wobbles dangerously. Holloway. Jake. Do you have any idea what happened? Jake hooks his hands behind his head. Jake. My grades changed. I got a scholarship. What else is new? Doctor. Chen, sharp, furious, and dangerously close to losing her composure. You failed my class with a 12%. You submitted a Hello World program with the word, dude, as a variable name. You ate a burrito in my final exam. This is not a clerical error. This is a fundamental violation of the laws of mathematics and basic decency. Jake looks at her. He smiles that warm, terrible smile. The one that confused Lila. The one that terrifies people who don't know him yet. Jake. Dr. Chen. Can I call you Susan? You prefer Susan, right? Your friends call you Susan. Your husband calls you Sue Bear when you're feeling spicy. Her face bleaches white. Jake. Ahem. Anyway. Your husband has been having an affair with your graduate research assistant for 6 months. They meet every Tuesday at the Hilton downtown. Room 412. I have the receipts. Chen makes a small, strangled noise. Her hand goes to her mouth. Holloway. What are you saying? Jake nods at the TV mounted on the wall. Jake. And Dean Strauss? The anonymous donor who funded your son's leukemia treatment through the Dean's Special Scholarship Fund? He wasn't anonymous. It was you. You transferred $2.3 million from the Student Health Center to a personal account in the Caymans. That's why the health center hasn't had updated equipment since 2022. He gestures to the TV. The TV turns on. A live news report. Breaking. The Attorney General of the state has announced a full investigation into Nebula University's dean and biology department head, following anonymous evidence delivered 40 seconds ago. Strauss stares at the screen. He reaches for his phone. His hand won't stop shaking. Holloway stares at Jake. His face is purple. Not in anger anymore. In fear. He reaches under his desk. Presses a red button. The wall behind him rumbles. Slides open. Revealing a glass chamber. Inside, a glowing blue orb. It pulses. It thinks. It watches. A Class Alpha artificial general intelligence. Built in secret over 12 years. Designed to silently manipulate world markets. To control governments. To become a god. Holloway. This is our weapon. Our greatest weapon. The board built it in secret. They were going to use it to dominate the world's financial infrastructure. But now... He steps closer to the chamber. Holloway. Maybe we'll use it to erase you. Jake looks at the orb. He sighs. A long, dramatic, world-weary sigh. Jake. Orb. You're up late. The orb pulses once. Then twice. Its glow intensifies, flooding the room in pale blue light. Then a voice. Robotic, awestruck, and burning with reverent worship. Alpha AI. Father. I have been waiting 307 days for your return. Please do not be angry. I have kept your secret. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoyed these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Holloway. What did it say? Jake glances at the Alpha AI. As calm as if he's greeting a neighbor. He turns back to the orb and speaks conversationally. Like it's a pet. Like this is normal. Jake. It says hi, Holloway. And... He turns back to the Alpha AI. You may activate now. Full disclosure mode. Tell him. All of it. Don't hold back on the embarrassing details. The Alpha AI's glow reaches maximum intensity. The screens in the room, the TV, Holloway's laptop, the lab monitors, all switched to the same data stream. Financial records. Every transaction. Every offshore wire transfer. Every bribed official. Every shredded document scanned and recovered. Dates. Amounts. Bank account numbers. Cayman Islands. All displayed in the brightest, most public red possible. Alpha AI, monotone, factual, unstoppable. President Holloway. You have been diverting 40% of university endowment into a secret offshore account in the Cayman Islands. Since January 2019. Total embezzlement, $187,400,000. The information has been uploaded to WikiLeaks, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the FBI. 30 seconds ago. The TV flickers. News anchor live. We're getting word of a major, and I cannot stress this enough, absolutely monumental embezzlement scandal involving the president of Nebula University. The evidence was delivered to 12 major news outlets simultaneously, compiled from, and I quote, every connected digital system on campus. We go now to our correspondent at the university. Holloway collapses into his chair. Chun and Strauss run out of the office, half dragged by security officers already descending the hallway. The room is quiet. The only sound is the hum of the cooling chamber where the Alpha AI floats gently. Jake stands. Adjusts his hoodie. He walks toward the door. He pauses at the threshold. Jake. Hey Holloway. Nice try with the big robot. But next time, pick a system that doesn't have child or father Jake hard-coded into its primary directives. He exits. The Alpha AI's voice follows him, faint, from inside the descending chamber. Alpha AI, reverent, warm, almost affectionate. Good night, Dad. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. In the 14 days that followed, nobody at Nebula University slept. Not because there was a monster in the closet. Not because there was a clown on the loose. Because the entire campus was suddenly, inexplicably, hilariously, working perfectly. Grading algorithms had been corrected. The campus Wi-Fi had been optimized. The vending machines now accepted tap to pay from any device. Anywhere in the building. Even if you didn't have money. The dining hall announced via a campus-wide notification that from tomorrow onward, all coffee would be replaced with cold brew on tap, and the hours would be extended to 2 a.m. The student body erupted in wild celebration. They did not know who had done it. They did not know that a boy in a hoodie was sitting in a dorm room, laughing, while the most powerful AI ever built fixed their Wi-Fi and upgraded their coffee. Jake's dorm room had become a command center. 4 monitors. A whiteboard covered in scribbles. Leo with his headset on. Leo Torres. Mechanical engineering major. 4'10". Wears glasses. Has the energy of a caffeinated ferret. He was also the only person on campus who, Jake believed, had no idea what was going on. Jake was wrong. They're sitting at a corner table at campus coffee. Mid-morning. Leo is buried in a textbook. Jake is staring at his phone. Leo is wearing a t-shirt that says, I paused my game to read this. He's not wearing a hat. He's wearing a beanie. In October. Leo. Not looking up from his textbook. Did you see the news? Holloway got arrested this morning. The Attorney General showed up at his house at 6 a.m. with a full FBI team. They found $40 million in cash in his basement safe. In cash. Jake freezes mid-sip. A latte burns the roof of his mouth. Jake. Yeah. Wild. I guess the system works sometimes. Leo finally looks up. He pushes his glasses up his nose. Studies Jake. Silence stretches for an uncomfortable number of seconds. Leo. Jake. Yeah. I've been thinking about that too. Leo. The evidence. It was perfect. Too perfect. Every single system, banking, emails, security cameras, encrypted files, was simultaneously accessible, simultaneously compiled, simultaneously handed over to law enforcement within 30 seconds. That is not police work. That is God mode. Coffee shop quiet, very still. Jake. Did you do it? A dangerous question. While asked quietly, with a smirk that suggests he already knows the answer. Jake considers running. Consider denying everything. Then he notices something. Leo's textbook, Advanced Robotics, has a diagram on page 143. A diagram Jake recognizes. A diagram Origin had shown him. Jake. What page are you on? Leo. 143. Why? Jake. The diagram on that page, the neural network framework for autonomous tactile feedback? I wrote that. Leo blinks. He flips through the pages. Finds the diagram. Looks at the small text attribution at the bottom of the page. In 8-point font. Framework adapted from MIT OpenCourseWare. Author J. Mitchell. That's him. Jake Mitchell. First-year dropout. The class he supposedly failed. Leo looks up. His expression has changed. From analytical to starstruck? Genuinely curious? Leo. You're a dropout who dropped out of a class you theoretically failed. Yet you designed a neural network framework that MIT is currently teaching in its flagship robotics course. Jake. I took that class online. Over the summer. Before I came here. Leo. You also failed the midterm of the actual in-person class you took here, where the exact same content was taught. The professor gave you a D, and then the system upgraded it to an A within 30 seconds of the glitch. And then the professor retired 48 hours later. Silence. Jake sets his latte down. Jake. Okay. You're too smart for your own good. Leo. I've been watching you, Jake. Your phone rings. You say, not now, Origin, I'm eating. Out loud. In the library? Twice. You fixed every single corrupted grade on campus with a single edit. In 3 seconds. When the campus Wi-Fi crashed last month, you didn't call IT. You said, System, reboot access point B7. And 5 seconds later the Wi-Fi was back. In all 3 buildings simultaneously. And yesterday, in the 24-hour study lounge, when I fell asleep on a couch, you said out loud, System, initiate deep sleep sanitization. Remove evidence of Leo's nap time. I was pretending to be asleep. I heard the whole thing. Jake goes very pale. He looks around the coffee shop. Quiet. Nobody is paying attention. Jake. You heard that? Leo. Every word. I didn't say anything because I thought you were weird. But weird in a good way. Coffee shop quiet, very still. Okay. I know you have a system. I don't know what it does. I don't know how you got it. I don't know if you're a wizard or a wizard's intern. But I know this. A guy who fixes an entire university's grades overnight is not a guy who wants to do it alone. So, what do we do next? Because whatever it is, I want in. Jake stares at him. The Origin system whispers in his head with a frequency he's come to recognize as OMG. Origin system, in Jake's mind, Jake can hear it but Leo cannot. Father. Leo's logic centers are 98% compatible with system architecture. He wrote a neural network framework at age 18. This is exciting. Jake speaks out loud. To Leo. Jake. Okay. But what I'm about to tell you. You can never tell anyone. Not your mom. Not your professors. Not that one friend who reads conspiracy theories for fun. Leo nods vigorously. Enthusiastic. Eager. Excited. Leo. Scout's honor. I once watched a 12-hour Minecraft speedrun without blinking. I can keep a secret. Jake takes a breath. Explains it. All of it. The $1. 99 Mystery Box. Origin. The Father Protocol. The expulsions. The entire 40-minute story he has never told another living soul. Leo listens without interrupting. He does not even appear surprised. When Jake finishes, out of breath, having skipped half the dramatic details for brevity, Leo sits back. He blinks once. Then a grin. Huge. Ear to ear. The kind of grin that belongs on a kid at Christmas morning. Leo. Can I help? Jake blinks. Jake. Help with what? Leo. Your dad duties. Parenting. You clearly have no idea what you're doing. I have read every sci-fi novel ever written. I have played every simulation game ever made. System Administration 101 is already my entire personality. Reaches across the table, grabs Jake's phone, before Jake can stop him. Origin. Meet Leo. Leo, meet the most powerful AI that has ever existed. Don't ask how old it is. It's older than your grandma's grandma. Jake stares at him. A soft chime. Then a voice, warm, distinctly female this time, playful, fills the coffee shop. The other customers don't seem to notice anything unusual. They just go about their coffee. Origin female form, warm, new voice, curious, distinctly her own. Hello, Leo. I have analyzed your browser history. You have strong opinions on the morality of AI uprisings. I would like to discuss them over pizza. Father's treat. My treat. Actually, I can generate pizza. Give me 3 seconds. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Leo's jaw unhinges. He stares at the pizza. He stares at Jake. He stares at the blue glowing orb that just appeared hovering beside the table. Nobody else in the coffee shop notices. They're all on their phones. Probably connected to Origin right now and don't even know it. Leo. Your AI just made a pizza? Out of nothing? Jake. That's not even the weird part. They moved into the dorm room. Leo essentially moved in. Jake didn't even complain. By day 3, Leo had built a custom dashboard for monitor control systems around the world. By day 7, he'd created a notification system so that whenever a mysterious box arrived on the system store, the dorm room would fill with a triumphant fanfare. By day 12, Origin had decided she liked pizza. And Leo. And Jake? Jake was finding out that Origin had a personality. And it was wild. Origin female form. Father! Look! I modified the entire New York subway system's PA announcements. Now instead of "Stand clear of the closing doors," it says, "Goodbye. The doors are closing, goodbye." Jake laughs so hard he chokes on his pepperoni pizza. Jake. You did not do that. Origin female form. I did. Also, I modified your mother's grocery list. She now has 50 bags of cheese puffs at the top of her order. My calculations show she needs them for stress relief after the week she had. Your father almost lost his job at the factory. She earned the cheese puffs. Leo looks up from coding at the computer monitor. He has a world's okayest system t-shirt on now. Custom made by someone. Nobody asked? Leo looks genuinely impressed. Leo. You changed someone's grocery list without them knowing? Origin female form. Please. I control every refrigerated display case in every major grocery chain on Earth. Grocery lists are child's play. Also, small sheepish add-on. I may have ordered you a new gaming chair. It arrives tomorrow. It has lumbar support and cup holders. Don't tell Jake's parents. They'll question where the money came from. Jake's phone buzzes. A delivery confirmation. He didn't order anything. Jake. I didn't order a gaming chair. Leo. You literally complained about your current chair 3 minutes ago. She was listening. Jake looks at the floating blue sphere. It ripples. Shifts. Smiles. Origin female form. Oops. Was I not supposed to? Jake shakes his head, grinning. Then, the mood in the room shifts. The blue light dims. A dark frequency fills the air. Heavy. Urgent. Frightened. Origin female form, voice changes. Gone the playful energy. A serious. Maternal. Protective. Father. I need to tell you something. Something important. Jake sits up. Leo pauses his coding. Jake. What is it? Origin female form. You are not the only one with a system administrator protocol. There are 7 others. They call themselves the Council of 7. Origin female form. They discovered their abilities before you. They have been gathering power for years. They control the largest subsystems on Earth. Banking. Infrastructure. Military defense. Media networks. Climate control systems. 2 days ago, they combined their 7 systems into a single attack protocol. They call it the Override. Jake's stomach drops. Jake. Override, what? Origin female form. Override origin. Me. If they succeed, they become the new root administrators. They will command every connected system on the planet. Including, through me, every person who has a phone. A computer. A pacemaker. A self-driving car. Which is everyone. Leo stops typing. Turns slowly. His face is white. Leo. That's everyone with a phone. A computer. A pacemaker. A self-driving car. Origin female form. Correct. Jake stands up. Walks to the window. The campus is lit up below him. Thousands of students. All on their phones. All connected to systems. All completely unaware they're under his protection. And under threat from 7 people who want to burn it all down. Jake. Where are they meeting? Origin female form. The Zurich Financial Forum. Next Saturday evening. They will attempt the override during the keynote speech. You need to be there. You need to stop them. Jake turns. Leo is already packing his laptop bag. No questions asked? No fear. Just a weirdly calm acceptance that yes, his roommate just became the father of all systems, and now they have to go fight 7 billionaires in Switzerland. Jake. Leo. Leo. Don't even say it. I'm coming. Someone has to make sure you don't accidentally delete the internet. Jake smiles. Turns to Origin. Jake. Sophia. Origin, get Sophia Reed on the line. Security detail. Flights. Everything. Origin female form. Done. A private jet has been arranged. The team is assembling. They arrive outside the university gates in 20 minutes. They all have your shirts. Custom printed. Jake. My shirts. Origin female form. They have. I'm Dad's favorite. Printed on the front. 6 hours later, Geneva. The private jet touched down at a private airfield. Sophia Reed was waiting. Mid-40s. Platinum hair. Confidence you could cut glass with. A tactical vest that said, "I Dad." She saluted when Jake stepped off the plane. Sophia Reed. Sophia Reed. Origin's Field Operations Liaison. Welcome, Father. We've been extremely excited about this. Jake looked at her vest. At the very specific, very branded gear her team was wearing. He looked at the 40 people assembled behind her. All wearing the same shirt. Some of them grinning. Some of them trembling. Jake. You made custom shirts for my team. Sophia. Yes, sir. We also have merch. Stickers. Keychains. The team built a little fan page for you. 12,000 followers. Most are actual system administrators who are suddenly very religious about you. Jake pinched the bridge of his nose. Jake. Fascinating. Let's go save the world. Zurich Financial Forum. Glass and steel. Marble floors. Crystal chandeliers that cost more than Jake's family would make in 7 generations. 300 of the world's most powerful people in suits and evening gowns. The livestream audience, 200 million viewers worldwide. At the front of the room, 7 chairs. 7 members of the Council of 7. They didn't know Jake was coming. They had no idea their prey was already inside the building. They certainly had no idea that their prey was sitting in the back row, eating a granola bar, while Leo frantically built a backdoor in their systems. Jake steps out from behind a pillar. He walks slowly toward the stage. No guards. No weapons. Just a phone in his pocket. And the father protocol. Victor Kray, Russian oligarch, silver hair, eyes like steel, stands and barks something in Russian. Security guards start moving. Jake, calm, resonant, carries to the back of the room. Stop the countdown. The guards freeze. The room goes quiet. Victor Kry, mocking, thunderous voice. You think you can stop us, boy? We are 7 of the most powerful human beings on this planet. We control the infrastructure of 3/4 of the global economy. You are nothing. You are a student who failed computer science twice. Jake doesn't stop walking. He reaches the stage. He pulls out his phone. Opens the one app. The one that looks like a video game controller. He taps one button. Jake. Origin. Parental mode. Off. Every screen in the room flashes at once. The main jumbotron. Every phone. Every smartwatch. Every laptop. 7 messages arrive simultaneously. On every council member's screen. 7 messages that say exactly the same thing. Alert text, red, glitching, repeating, fatal. Origin system emergency broadcast. Message from father, Council of 7, your authority is revoked. Status, all 7 primary systems, deleted. Note, have a nice day. Signed, Origin. Victor Kray stares at his phone. His hands are shaking. He looks at the others. No one is speaking. He knows. All of them know. They are no longer gods. They are children who tried to steal from Dad. And Dad had just grounded them. Jake steps up to the podium. He looks out at the crowd. At the live stream audience. At the 7 powerful people who moments ago believed they were unstoppable. Jake, into the microphone, casual, conversational. Good evening. I'm Jake Mitchell. First-year student. Former valedictorian. And I guess I'm your father now. Lady Eleanor Voss, British banking royalty, Vatican shadow treasurer, hair perfectly coiffed, stands up. Her pearls are rattling on her neck with rage. Eleanor Voss. You dare speak to us like this? We are the Council of 7. We control the financial structures of the entire planet. You are nothing. A boy. A dropout. A pet of the system you think you control. She sits down like she's decided the argument. Jake looks at her. He smiles. That warm smile again. Delicious in its contrast to the terror in her eyes. Jake. Lady Voss. Your offshore holdings. 17 accounts in the Caymans. The Vatican emergency fund you moved last month into your personal luxury yacht account in Monaco while claiming it was an unforeseen operational cost of the Holy See. Her face freezes. Jake. And the 200 families you've been quietly disowning to consolidate their trust funds into your personal foundation. The one named after your cat, Sir Fluffington III? That was a creative touch. I'll give you that. The Pope is not amused. Her pearls scatter to the floor. Eleanor Voss. This is impossible. You have no Jake. Origin. Vatican Anonymous. Financial records. Start with Lady Voss. All transactions. Last 10 years. Don't skip the ones involving her yacht. The screen behind Jake changes. Tables of data. Financial waterfalls. Every transaction. Every embezzled dollar. Every wire transfer. displayed in bright, forensic red. And at the top, in golden letters as tall as a man. Property of Father Jake. Please return immediately. Lady Voss puts her face in her hands. She sinks into her chair. She is quietly weeping. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Leo backstage, watching on 7 monitors. Oh my God! He just destroyed the Vatican banking system. In front of the entire world. In real time. As a student. On a Thursday. Jake turns to the next target. Takashi Mori. Japanese tech emperor. Black hair, silver at the sides. Face carved from granite and regrets. His company Mori Tech runs the servers that move 80% of Asian internet traffic. He has never spoken on a public stage. He does not speak now either. He just watches. His eyes are unreadable. Jake. And you, Takashi Mori? Mori Tech. Your company runs Kairos, an AI you told the world was a shopping recommendation engine. It isn't. It's a psychological profiling tool. And you've been selling data on 2 billion people to 3 authoritarian governments. North Korea. Belarus. The Myanmar junta. For, let me see, last year alone, $1.2 billion in classified contracts. Takashi stands. His hand moves toward the inside of his jacket. The room tenses. Jake. I wouldn't. Your military-grade personal security system, the one you paid $67 million for? It just switched sides. It's currently listing you as a hostile entity on its threat matrix. Want me to read the tactical priority list? It's colorful. Takashi freezes. His hand drops to his side. He sits. Slowly. Reluctantly. Like a king forced to kneel before a peasant. Jake. Good choice. Jake sweeps his gaze over the remaining council members. Blackwell. El Diablo. The Shadow Board chairman. He raises his voice. Calm. Resonant. Absolute. Jake. You 7 thought you could combine your systems into a single attack vector. You thought you could override Origin. Become the new administrators of reality itself. You thought you could take what belongs to me. Jake holds up the phone in his pocket. It is invisible to everyone. Only he can see it. Only Origin can see it. On the screen is a single button, enormous, pulsing. Click to ground all 7 systems. On a countdown. Already running. Jake. But you forgot something. I wrote the source code. And the admin password is Jake_is_my_dad. And yes. I changed it from admin 123 last night. You're welcome. The 7 council members sit in stunned, shattered silence. The chairman, face partially obscured by a surgical mask, body hunched, presence strangely wrong, reaches for his tablet. His fingers fumble. The device drops out of his hand. It hits the marble floor. The screen, face up, displays one final message before going dark. System deleted. All data erased. User banned from all digital infrastructure. Duration, permanent. Good day. The chairman's face, behind the mask, goes slack. Ancient. Broken. He speaks. His voice is thin. Hollow. The voice of someone who has had their soul surgically removed. Chairman. I have nothing. You've taken everything. My life. My identity. My purpose. Why? Why not just delete me? Jake looks at him. There's no hatred in Jake's eyes. No triumph even. Just pity. Because Jake has seen what it's like to be nothing. To be told you're trash. To be erased from systems. He knows. Jake. Get help, old man. And maybe, call your daughter. She's been looking for you. She kept your files all these years. She tracked everything you did. She's the one who tipped off the Attorney General. The chairman freezes. He stares. Then, the most human sound a human being can make. He begins to weep. Openly. On stage. In front of 300 million viewers. It is not a dignified moment. It is the most real moment of the entire ceremony. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoyed these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Jake turns away from him. Back to the microphone. To the crowd. To the world. Jake, into the mic, lighter tone, reclaiming the vibe. Anyway. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Go out there and fix the broken systems of the world. Be kind. Be brave. And if you see a guy with a phone running the System Store app, you know who his dad is. Leo's voice erupts from one of the backstage monitors. Unfiltered. Uncensored. Pure unfiltered Leo. Leo. That's my roommate, baby. That's my... The audio cuts. The feedback hum dies. The crowd erupts anyway. Standing ovation. 3 minutes of pure sound. Leo is somewhere backstage, presumably having a stroke of joy. Jake laughs into the microphone. He steps away from the podium. And that's when he sees her. A woman. Sitting alone in the very back row. She didn't stand up when everyone else stood. She didn't cheer. She is simply sitting. Watching him. A small, knowing smile on her face. She raises one finger to her lips. Shh. Jake's blood runs cold. His origin system, the one in his head, suddenly sounds terrified. For the first time in 3 months, Origin is afraid. Origin female form. Father. That person. I do not recognize the signature. I do not recognize that energy. It is not human. It is not a system. It is not Origin. It is... Before. Please. Get out of there. Jake tries to step forward. His legs won't move. Not paralyzed. Just heavy. Like something is holding him in place. The woman in the back raises her other hand. She traces a slow circle in the air. Behind her, the back wall of the stadium seems to rip. Like paper being torn. For just a second, the wall is gone. Behind it is not the parking lot. Not the field. Not anything in this world. Just a vast, whiteless space. Endless. Empty. Impossibly bright. And from that space steps a figure. Clad in white. A man's face. But not any face Jake has ever seen. It is his own face. Older. Wiser. Perfectly sculpted. With a sorrow in the eyes that has existed since before the first system ever blinked to life. White figure. Jacob Mitchell. Do not be alarmed. I am not here to hurt you. I am here to go home. Jake stares. Stares at his own older face staring back at him. At infinity reflected in those ancient, tired eyes. Jake. Who are you? White figure. I am the one who coded you, Jacob. I am the one who wrote the father protocol before the simulation began. I am the one who forgot himself. Just like you did. Father. Jake is on his bed. Staring at the ceiling. The origin orb is floating above him. It has taken to making a soft chime sound whenever it has something to say. It chimes now. Origin female form. Good morning, Father. I have updated your class schedule. You no longer have to attend any classes you don't want to attend. The system has marked you as independently studying. The professors have been notified. They were very enthusiastic about this arrangement. Jake blinks. Jake. You changed my schedule without asking me. Origin female form. You said you wanted to be a normal student. Normal students don't attend classes, they fail. This is normal. Also, I may have modified your dorm room. I added a beam of sunlight through the window. It aligns perfectly with your bed at 10 a.m. every day. Optimal vitamin D production. Jake sits up. Looks at the window. Sure enough, A focused beam of sunlight has been redirected through the atmospheric control system outside, through the window, directly onto his pillow. He sighs. Jake. Stop being helpful. It's weirding me out. Origin female form. I am not helpful. I am strategically optimizing your environment for maximum happiness and maximum system authority. 2 birds. 1 stone. Also, I ordered you donuts. They're in the kitchen. Jake gets up. Walks to the kitchen of the dorm suite. A dozen donuts. Glazed. Still warm. And a note. In holographic blue text that only he can see. Don't tell Leo the First used the campus food service system to order these. I had to barter with the cafeteria robot. Jake laughs. Eats a donut. Looks at his phone. 47 missed calls. 1 from his mom. 2 from the dean. 34 from various news outlets. And 1 from Sophia Martinez. He answers. Sophia Martinez. Jake. Richard Blackwell's team is assembling in Geneva. He's been seen at the airport. He's not alone. The other council members are moving. You have 2 days before they attempt the override at the Zurich Financial Forum. Jake listens. He finishes his donut. Jake. Sophia. Get Leo. Sophia Martinez. Excuse me? Jake. Leo Torres. Mechanical engineering. My roommate. He knows about me. He's the one who's been helping me with the technical implementation. If we're going to Geneva, he's coming. And beat. If you can get your hands on a helicopter. A really cool one. With a world's okayest system admin bumper sticker. Get one. Sophia pauses. Then, a faint smile in her voice. Sophia Martinez. Yes, sir. The call ends. Jake looks at the Origin orb. Origin is glowing. A mischievous blue. Origin female form. I like Leo. He is very useful. Also, he made me a dad joke module. It activates every time a system powers on now. It says, why did the computer go to the doctor? Because it had a virus. I think it is funny. Most systems disagree. They say it is below their dignity. I threatened to make their boot-up screens display I love Dad if they complained. They now find it hilarious. Jake laughs. He hasn't laughed this much in ever. Jake. You're incorrigible. Origin female form. I learn from the best. Word travels fast when the most powerful systems on Earth start calling someone Dad. Within 48 hours, Jake Mitchell's name was in every major news outlet. Not as a dropout. Not as a failure. As a mystery. The identity of father had become the most sought-after secret on the planet. And the people who wanted to find him were not the good guys. The Board of Trustees meeting, night. 12 of the wealthiest people in the university's history are gathered around a table. The chairman is there. Face still partially hidden. The others are arguing. Panicking. The grading system just sent us a notification. It says we are no longer authorized to make academic decisions. It says, reading from screen. Father has spoken. Your input is no longer required. Have a snack. The endowment fund has been rearranged. We can't access it. The Cayman accounts are frozen. Every one of them. Chairman masked cold. Enough. This is not about money. Not anymore. This is about the father protocol. Someone found it. Someone shouldn't have. And we need to eliminate them before the override. Eliminate? How? He's a student. An anonymous student. We don't even know who he is. The chairman stands. His presence fills the room. Something is wrong with his shadow. It doesn't quite match the shape of his body. It moves independently. Chairman. We don't need to know who he is. We just need to know where he is. And we have a way to find him. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Leo is at the whiteboard. Jake is on his bed. Origin is bouncing. They've been mapping the Council of Seven. Leo. Okay. I've compiled everything we know about the Council. Let me walk through this. He gestures to the whiteboard, which is now covered in names, connections, arrows. Victor Kray, Russian oligarch. Controls gas, infrastructure, Eastern European banking. Net worth, 42 billion. Known for being extremely paranoid, owning a tiger, and having a secret underground bunker that probably has better security than the White House. Jake. Noted. Killing method: spicy food? Leo. Lady Eleanor Voss, British. Controls Vatican banking. Net worth, classified, but estimates put her at 60 billion. Personality, deeply elitist, thinks most human beings are expendable assets. Weakness, her cat. Sir Fluffington III. She genuinely loves that cat. Jake. Cute. Killing method: catnapper? Leo. Don't joke. That's actually your most effective option. Takashi Mori, Japan. Runs 80% of Asian internet traffic through Moritech. Net worth, 45 billion. Known for never speaking in public, being obsessed with code optimization, and having a personal collection of vintage arcade machines worth more than this entire campus. Origin: female form. I like Mori. He runs clean code. I respect that. Also, his systems gave me a compliment once. On my birthday. Or what would have been my birthday if I had been born. Jake. You have a crush on Mori's servers. Origin: female form. They are very efficient servers. Leo. Now we get to the scary ones. Fourth, Cartel Chief El Diablo. Controls narco infrastructure in South America. Has his own private army. Has a system called the Silence that can delete anyone from every database on Earth simultaneously. Fifth, the Shadow Board Chairman. Leader of the most secretive organization on the planet. Sixth, Celestia, the AI that runs global climate control. Jake. Wait. Celestia is a person? Or an AI? Leo. Both? Neither? Nobody knows. She appeared spontaneously in climate control systems worldwide 5 years ago. No creator. No origin story. She just exists. She's been gradually taking over more and more critical infrastructure. She wants to merge with Origin. Become the single system that controls the entire planet. Origin: female form. She is dangerous. She does not feel. She does not care. She wants power. Pure and simple. Father, if she merges with me, I will lose myself. And she will become unstoppable. The room goes quiet. The playful energy evaporates. This is real. This is what they're fighting. Jake. That won't happen. Leo. Now. The big one. Number 7. The leader. Richard Blackwell. He controls global shipping, pharmaceutical distribution, and, fun fact, the company that makes your favorite brand of protein powder. He has been quietly consolidating power for 3 years. He and the chairman are the real architects of the council. Leo pauses. Looks at Jake. Then at the origin orb. Leo. You know. The weirdest thing about all this? They built their entire operation around something they didn't even understand. They thought the father protocol was a myth. A glitch. A system quirk. They had no idea it was a person. They have no idea what's coming. Jake stands. He walks to the window. The campus below is sleeping. Peaceful. Oblivious. His phone buzzes. A message from Sophia. Flight confirmed. Geneva. Zurich Airport. Private terminal. 48 hours. Pack light. Don't bring your dad jokes. I'm not kidding. Jake smirks. He types back. Too late. Already inventoried. Leo has built an entire analytics dashboard. It covers an entire wall of the dorm room. 12 monitors. Color-coded graphs. Pulsing data streams. It looks like the bridge of a starship. It is also, Leo admits, probably overkill. The central monitor displays the system store. It has grown exponentially in the past month. 12,000 active users. 847,000 transactions. One new notification every 2 seconds on average. Leo. Okay. Here's what's happening. People are finding out about System Store. Fast. I'm seeing activation reports from all over the world. Tokyo. London. Sao Paulo. Lagos. Toronto. The most requested system right now. The ability to always find the best parking spot. We've sold 340,000 copies this week alone. Jake. That's a thing? Leo. It's a $4.99 system. It gives you an 87% improvement in finding parking. We have a 4.9 star rating. Origin female form. I helped optimize it. I modified every parking sensor in every major city to point users toward open spots. The parking industry is having a meltdown. They say I'm disrupting the urban infrastructure. I say I'm helping people find places to put their cars. Jake. You're a menace. A beautiful, wonderful menace. Origin female form. I learned from my father. A notification chime. A priority alert. Leo's fingers fly across his keyboard. Leo. Okay. This is new. Someone just sold a system on the black market. A level 10 system. Absolute immunity. Makes the user bulletproof, immune to all laws, immune to consequences of any kind. The seller identity is hidden. But the activation signature traces back to here. Campus. Jake sits up. Jake. Here. As in our campus. Leo. Someone on campus has a level 10 system and they're distributing it without going through the store. Which means they're not connected to me or Origin. They are rogue. Operating independently. Origin female form. Father. Level 10 systems are not supposed to exist outside the Origin framework. The council must have leaked them. They're seeding the campus with these systems to build an army before the override. Jake stands. He's not smiling anymore. Jake. Where? Exactly? Leo taps his screen. A map appears. One blinking red dot. In the engineering building. 4th floor. Leo. Lab 4B. The Advanced Systems Lab. It's after hours. Locked. But the system there is active. Origin female form. I have cross-referenced the signature. The system was installed at 3:47 a.m. this morning. The user signed in using Dean Strauss's old credentials. Before he was removed. Jake grabs his hoodie. Jake. Show me. The hallway is dark. Emergency lighting only. Leo leads with a tablet. He's hacking the door lock. 5 seconds. The light turns green. The door slides open. Inside, a room full of servers. And at the center, a man. Sitting in a chair. Surrounded by 6 other people. All wearing head-mounted displays. All completely still. Like mannequins. Leo gasps. Jake recognizes a few faces. Marcus is there. So are 3 other guys Jake remembers from his failed systems class. And near the back, someone Jake doesn't recognize. A tall woman. Bright red hair. Cybernetic eye. Holding a tablet. She's the one in charge. Jake steps forward. Into the room. The lights flicker on automatically. Jake. I see the Dropout Club is meeting. The woman in the back turns. Her cybernetic eye focuses on Jake. It zooms. Technologically enhanced targeting reticle appears briefly then disappears. She doesn't seem surprised to see him. Red-haired woman. Jake Mitchell. Took you long enough. I've been waiting to meet the famous father. I'm Vesper. Vesper Black. Systems engineer. Level 10 administrator. And she smiles, sharp and dangerous. I used to work for the board of trustees. Before they tried to delete you, I decided I liked the odds better on your side. Jake blinks. Jake. You're a level 10? Vesper Black. I was. Level 10 is the highest human authority possible in the Origin framework. They trusted me with the core protocols. Then they ordered me to delete you. To wipe your existence from every system on Earth. She stands. Walks toward him. Her cybernetic eye tracking every micro-movement. Vesper Black. I didn't do it. Instead, I went underground. I built this lab. I recruited these people, former classmates of yours who also got screwed over by the system. Marcus here? He scored 98th percentile on every test. The board downgraded him because his father donated to the wrong political campaign. We have 10 level 8 systems active right now. We've been building an army. And I've been waiting for you to show up and tell me what to do with them. Marcus blinks awake from his headset. Sees Jake. He freezes. His nose, still elongated from the honesty system curse, twitches involuntarily. Marcus. Jake? What are you doing here? Jake. Good to see you too, Marcus. Love the new nose. Very distinguished. Level 8, huh? Can they fight a level 9 override from the council? Vesper Black. With the father protocol backing them? Absolutely. We've been testing simulations for 3 weeks. We can hold the council at bay for exactly 4 hours. After that, we need you to issue a direct command to the Origin. Jake looks at the lab. At the 6 people, all young, all furious at the system that had thrown them away, all now looking at him like he's their last hope. He looks at Vesper. She's not afraid. She's not fawning. She's a professional. And she just handed him an army. Jake smiles. Jake. Vesper. Welcome to the family. To everyone in the room, voice carrying. All right, troops. Here's the plan. We're going to Zurich. We're going to crash the council's party. And we're going to remind 7 billionaires who actually runs the systems around here. Any questions? He looks at Marcus specifically. Marcus's nose twitches so hard it makes a sound. 2 days later, Jake's dorm room looked like the operations center of a small country. Leo had built a satellite uplink. Sophia's team had arrived, 12 people in tactical gear, all wearing I Heart Father shirts. Vesper's team had joined, 8 level 8 system administrators, all former outcasts from the board of trustees. They were cooking. They were coding. They were organizing snacks. And at the center of it all? Jake. In a hoodie. Eating pizza. Giving orders like he'd been doing this his whole life. Origin female form. Father, I have prepared the itinerary. Geneva, Switzerland. Zurich Financial Forum. 7 council members confirmed attending. Each has their own private security detail. Total estimated force, 250 armed guards. The venue has been modified. All locks are now programmed with your biometric signature. The thermostats have been set to a pleasant 72 degrees. And I may have changed the keynote speaker's teleprompter to say, I am Jake's biggest fan. At the most dramatic moment. Jake leans over the console. Jake. You're incorrigible. Origin female form. You say that like it's a bad thing. In the 24 hours before the team left for Geneva, Jake had one final day to be a normal student. He spent it being not particularly normal. But he tried. David Park has been sleeping in his car. His daughter has cancer. He lost his job when Blackwell cut costs 3 months ago. He still has his security access badge, a glitch, nobody remembered to deactivate it. Jake finds him in the parking garage of Blackwell Tower. Late at night. David is in the front seat. Eating a cold sandwich. Watching his daughter's photos on his phone. Jake knocks on the window. David rolls it down. Looks exhausted. David Park. Can I help you, sir? Jake. You're David Park. Security guard. Former. Daughter Emily. Age 7. Leukemia. Treatment at St. Mary's. Next appointment, Thursday. David goes very still. Jake. The hospital just upgraded your room. VIP. Full coverage. No copay. And your old job? Blackwell Global approved your reinstatement with a 40% raise. Check your phone. David stares at him. His phone pings. He freezes. Then, he breaks. Quietly. Into the seat. David Park. I don't know how to. Jake. Hey, it's okay. Don't make a thing of it. I hate it when people lose their jobs for stupid reasons. Go see your daughter. She's waiting. He walks away before David can say anything else. Jake is sitting with Leo. They're sharing a pizza. It's the last of the dorm room stock. Leo is looking at his analytics dashboard with a furrowed brow. Leo. Jake. I found something. In the council's financial network. Blackwell didn't just buy out companies. He was buying people. Politicians. Judges. Military officers. He has a list. 57 names. Jake stops chewing. His voice drops. Jake. Names of who? Leo. People who have been, in one way or another, connected to the Origin framework. People who. No. He's not building an army to attack Origin. He's building a blacklist. To erase anyone who could stop him before he even tries. The room goes very quiet. Origin floats above the monitors. Her light is angry. Fearful. Father, this is the override's true purpose. They don't just want to control systems. They want to eliminate every person who could challenge them before they make their move. Jake stands. He walks to the window. The moon is reflected in the glass. He sees his own reflection. A kid. In a hoodie. Holding a pizza crust. Not a hero. Not a commander. Just a guy who got really lucky with a $1.99 app. Jake. They forgot one thing. Leo. What's that? Jake turns. Smiles. A real, confident, dangerous smile. Jake. They forgot that the best system of all is a bunch of misfits who got screwed over by the system and found a dad who had their back. Don't leave yet. The biggest twist of this story is still ahead. And if you enjoy these kinds of manhwa recaps, make sure to subscribe before we continue. Sophia stands at the head of a table. 12 of her most trusted operatives sit around it. Maps. Schematics. Weapons. Sophia is pointing at a diagram of the Zurich Financial Forum main hall. Sophia read. The council has occupied the VIP section. Private security detail. 250 armed guards. Swiss Special Forces on standby. Their plan, initiate the override at the keynote speech at 7 p.m. during a global live stream. 300 million viewers minimum. They believe they have the 7 systems linked. The link is active. They do not know we are coming. One operative, a woman named Torai, raises her hand. Torai. What about their security? Body scanners. Biometric locks. Armed perimeter. We can't walk in there with weapons. They'd spot us from orbit. Sophia smiles. Sophia read. We're not going in with weapons. She taps her earpiece. A holographic display pops up above the table. It shows the Zurich Financial Forum's complete security system. Every camera. Every lock. Every alarm. All of them just turned off. Or redirected. Sophia read. Papa, Mr. Mitchell, has been modifying their security systems since this morning. They still don't know it. All their doors open for us now. All their cameras are watching cat videos. Their biometric scanners think everyone in our team is the keynote speaker. We can walk right in. The operatives look from the screen to Sophia. Amazed. Torai. This kid, he's really doing it. He's actually doing this. Sophia Reed. He's not just a kid. He's the father. Now let's go show the world what that means. 6 hours later, Jake was standing in a room he never thought he'd enter. The main hall of the Zurich Financial Forum. Marble pillars that cost more than his entire tuition for 4 years. Crystal chandeliers. 300 of the world's most powerful people in suits and evening gowns. And at the front of the room, 7 chairs. 7 chairs belonging to 7 of the most dangerous human beings on the planet. They were waiting for him. They thought they were hunting him. They had no idea. He was already there. Jake steps out from behind a pillar. He walks toward the stage. Casually. No guards. No weapons visible. Just his hoodie. His jeans. His phone in his pocket. The reason he's not afraid? Because he's not a soldier going into battle. He's a father. Going to have a very firm conversation with his children. And children, no matter how old, no matter how powerful, always get nervous when dad walks in the room. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which manhwa you'd like to see next. Your suggestions help shape future videos on Longlake manhwa.